Well, well, well.
Well, BravOGs here where we mention it all. So pay attention, police, and be cool. Don't be all like uncool. What's up, dude?
What's up, dude? It has been forever, but so much to talk about.
I
And
know,
I
you're all caught
feel
up.
like we almost needed a couple weeks to kind of let things heat up because I feel like everything is heating up. And that dryness we were kind of getting from the beginning of Vanderpump Rules has kind of turned into this, okay, well, I didn't see that coming.
Yeah, are you referring to Sheena and Schwartz? So I didn't see that coming. I mean, we saw it in the teaser, but my God, messy.
I was shocked.
I literally thought it
And
was
I,
Sheena's friend or Sheena's that looked like Sheena in Vegas or whatever. I really didn't think it was actually her.
why am I not surprised?
I'm not surprised either, but like, why wouldn't Sheena mention this? Like, her whole excuse was like, "Oh, I didn't want you to feel bad that like your boyfriend at the time like wanted to make out with me." It's like Sheena, oy. But Sheena was Katie's bridesmaid, dude. Like, this should have come out at some point. Like, I don't expect anything from Schwartz anymore, but like Sheena should have said something, I think.
Well, we're just diving right in here.
Oh yeah. So, I mean, did you want to start with Vanderpump or did you want us to talk about something else?
I mean, we have to talk about Vanderpump first, but I obviously have lots to say about Summer House. Have
Yeah, we
not,
haven't even talked about Summer House yet.
I can't even with the whole situation with Lindsay and Carl and what we're seeing play out on television. So, yes, lots to dissect there. Below deck, heating up a little bit, getting a little dramatic.
Yeah.
I'm
This
enjoying
is
the
this is a
season.
yeah, no, so am I. Man, they got characters on this season.
I,
I'm
I
glad Kat's gone. I couldn't stand her. I mean, I know she's going through stuff and like whatever, but like get off my screen. You're just crying all the time, complaining about having to work. Just shut the fuck up and get off the boat. I'm sorry. Oops.
she was very boo-hooey.
Yeah.
Boo-hoo,
And I
crying
get
all
it.
the
Like,
time.
yeah, like I get the whole Foster backstory and like that's very sad and everything like that. But like she's like going out with all these people on the boat and she's just like crying in the bathroom. Like, pull it together, man. Like how you make friends is like these kind of things, going out with the crew, like having fun. Like, don't pull people aside to go in the bathroom to like complain that you feel awkward. Like, go home. So I'm glad that
I'm kind of glad the bosun got the boot too.
dude, that was like I mean, he deserved to be let go, but I thought it was so funny how the captain was just like, "Look, man, like this is just you got to focus on other things." And he's just like, "Yeah." Like he totally like convinced him. He's like, "Yeah, I should like go focus on my daughter who I've never seen and can't even get a hold of over the phone." Like, "Yes, dude." But he just like had like a revelation. He was just like, "Wow, like yeah, I should go." Like he totally didn't take it as like what it should have been was like, "You suck at your job, get off the boat, like you have a problem." But I don't know. It
Yeah,
was
Captain Carey did a very nice job of making him feel like it was his decision. I was impressed with the leadership.
yeah. But what was done was done. I mean, he was funny to watch. He is good like reality television, but I could not trust him as my bosun at all. He's terrifying. He can't even like call out meters. I'd be like, dude, I don't know. Right decision, I think. But
I'm not sure Ben was the right backfill choice, though.
uh,
We'll see. We'll see how that all plays out with Ben and Sunny. That's going to get fiery, I
oh
think.
yeah, she's already super jealous. And now I think there's a stew coming on that's I think gonna be like really pretty. So we'll see what happens with Ben. I
Well,
can
the
already
way
tell
they
you.
edit it is it looks like there's going to be a situation.
Yeah.
But we will see. I'm not missing Captain Lee as much as I thought I would. And
He's good
I'm
with the
I'm enjoying the
one-liners.
season.
Yeah, but Carrie's like involved. But yeah, Captain Lee did have the best one-liners, and I do miss him a little bit.
And Kyle might be my new favorite Bravo celebrity.
Him and Frasier made out.
I kind of liked it.
I
Why did
know.
I like that about him? I was like, oh, Kyle's just cool, just making out with dudes. And
I know, and it
uh,
wasn't just like a peck. Like he was like looking into Frasier's eyes and being like, Like, "I would destroy you." I'm like, "No."
Hey, I was all for that. I wonder if that'll deter Barbie in any way, but it looks like from the previews that's not going to be the case.
Yeah, I don't know. What do you think of the new guy that
Did he say? I think he said himself, "I just talk a lot." Essentially, was it something along those lines?
Yeah, he's just, like, so funny. I don't know how else to describe him yet. I don't know, he's gonna be fun to watch too. He talks a lot, and a lot of it is
Okay, enough below
yum.
deck. Let's
Okay, yeah.
rewind.
Yeah. All my notes are VPR, so let's do VPR Summer House. So, which
Okay,
one? Or Beverly Hills Reunions?
I
Or is
feel
that
like
too,
the
like, far gone now? Did you watch, Buying, Beverly Hills?
not yet. I need to watch it. I have a lot of TV watching to do. I also did not watch The Valley, but
What?
I Bob and I said to each other tonight, like, we have to watch the show because I feel like it's everything that I've been asking for specifically, in that it's kind of a carry on from VPR and we get some VPR roots, but then we're also getting these new people and they're kind of living our life a little bit
Yeah.
more than the other crew where they've got kids and they're married, and I feel like it's kind of the mature version of Vanderpump Rules that is just going to prove that Jax and Kristen are just the best TV you could ask for.
I mean, it's only been 2 episodes and they've already brought it. I mean, Jax was going crazy on Kristen in the first episode, and it's just so funny how, like, yes, having a kid makes you have, like, a whole new set of responsibilities and a new outlook on life, but, like, Jax is acting like he, like, knows everything now because he has a kid, and he's trying to tell Kristen, like, that she's not ready to have a kid, and it's just, like, so funny coming from Jax. It's just so hilarious, but I'll let you
Well,
watch it. I won't spoil anything, but
especially knowing what we know about Jax and Brittany and him not being the person he claims to be. And yeah, I think we're going to get to see this play out.
do you think their breakup is for not I wouldn't say the show, but, like, do you think it's because of real life, or do you think it has a little something to do with the show maybe?
I maybe, but it's no coincidence that we've learned in Vanderpump that Jax has been philandering as per
Yeah.
usual. So I don't know. I
I
feel
think
like,
Brittany's, like, just reached her breaking point with him. I'm sorry, but if you had to live with Jax, like, work with him, live with him, raise a kid with him, like, oh my god, how exhausting. Like, I think I would hit my limit too and just be like, "Look, I'm I need to be separated from you." But I'm glad she finally, like, got the balls to do something about it. I mean, how many times did he cheat on her and she always took him back? Like, didn't
yeah,
you see this coming? Not saying he cheated, but, like, he's not a very good guy. So,
yeah, the
yeah.
writing was on the wall with that one. So I
Yeah.
can't really tell. Is it a little bit of like publicity stunt going on, or is it
I think
real
the
life?
timing is a little coincidental, but, like, I just probably filming, like, Jax was probably, like, on one. So he was probably, like, being his most Jax self, especially in the last, like, 6 months. So I'm sure amping that part of him up, like, definitely probably hit a lot of nerves with Brittany, and I don't know. I don't think she could take it anymore. I mean, you see snippets from the season, and it's like, it's not good, like, their relationship-wise. So I think it's like another Carl Lindsay situation, like, they're just kinda like, "Oh, watch the show and you'll see why we are at the place we're at now." And I can see that being
Yeah,
the
I
reason
cannot
why.
wait to watch it. I need to watch last week's episode, and I think it was it on again last night. What is it, Thursday nights
Tuesday. Yeah, it's on.
after VPR?
Yep. 'Cause we had that amazing transition that Jax did, which I loved, by the way. Like, Jax has never really been my favorite, but, like, when he came on Vanderpump and, like, read Tom for filth at the end of the episode, I didn't realize how much I missed Jax, like, honestly. Like, I loved it. I was like, "Finally." There's been so much girl on girl crime in VPR, especially the last, like, couple seasons. Like, it's so nice to have, like, a toxic guy go after like, have a guy fight.
Yeah,
It's not all like,
and
la
it's
Sheena versus Katie Ariana, like, we needed something else, and I'm glad it was Jax because he can bring it for sure.
yeah, no,
Like
I
that.
was very excited about that part of the episode, probably a little too excited, but I feel like it takes one to know one again. And Jax read him because he's exactly the same way. And
Yeah.
they're both narcissistic assholes that cheat. And they
Yes.
probably always will be. And they justify their behavior. Both of them have justified their behavior through the years.
Yeah. And they all keep secrets for each other. And I wonder if like Schwartz came out with this whole Sheena thing because he was afraid maybe, I don't know, it would come out soon by somebody else. But I don't know, it was kind of random how he just threw that out there.
I feel like it was obviously planned and a ploy, right? You don't keep a secret like this for this many years and just randomly blurt it out to Lala at your smoothie lunch date.
Yeah. Like, oh, we've all made mistakes. Like I made out with Sheena in Vegas like 10 years ago. Like what? Like
And then
what a
when they did
rant.
the rewind where they're like, Katie's humming and hawing, and she's
In the
like,
back alley with him being like Sheena said you made out with somebody in Vegas. And he's like, that part is true. It's like,
yeah.
what the fuck? It was Sheena all along. She's so shady. Like, I'm not surprised at all. She's always wanted to be, I don't know, that just like justifies how like the witches of WeHo bullied Sheena back in the day because they were like giving her shit that they didn't want her around their men because exactly this reason. I mean, it took 10 years to come out, but the witches of WeHo were right.
And then she plays the victim. Oh my God, why did you do that, Brock? Like, you knew that was going to happen. You were the one that was shadily searching someone's location. I don't know. I feel like Sheena, we've always known this about her. And then you've kind of wanted to feel for her a little bit this past season and the beginning of this season. We're kind of seeing this Sheena that's maybe going through some struggles and having a hard time. And somehow, some way, she has made this all about her. And I think that's all she
She
cares about.
always has. She always
Yeah.
has. No, I honestly think Sheena was like upset with Brock for leaking that information because she wanted to keep that shit in her back pocket and use it at a time in the future convenient for her. But Brock just had to be like bros and call out Schwartz and be like, "Oh, Katie slept with Max," which honestly, I don't blame Katie at all for sleeping with Max, like whatsoever.
I feel like it is a little hypocritical, Jess. And I have never really been a Katie fan. And when they're showing the flashback scenes of how awful she is at times, I kind of see where Sheena's coming from when she was like, I was not telling her I'm scared of her. And she's kind of acting like if she does it, it's okay. And I'm not really all about the revenge tour. Get over it. Date
I don't
outside
think
of the
she did it
circle.
to revenge Schwartz. I mean, she was probably not even gonna tell anyone about this. It was Sheena being shady, stalking people's location and being a little rat, like, and you know
Yeah.
Sheena, like but I don't
But is
fault
it
Katie.
okay for Katie to do that when she's also had this whole thing about staying outside of the friend group? And
Did
obviously,
Schwartz abide by
Max,
that? So a year
no,
later
she,
after their divorce is final, you think she should now?
no, but be the bigger person and practice what you preach.
But Sheena was also saying she kind of had a hand in it. Like they were all out together, and then Sheena told Max, "Well, at least you guys should get an Uber home together." Like Sheena's like, "I saw them vibing, and I told them to get an Uber together to make sure they got home safe." Like Sheena,
She
hmm.
is a manipulative. I should read you my notes because they're kind of like hot takes and they're kind of funny as I was watching because
Yeah,
there's
yeah,
not
yeah.
that many of them from this episode, but I had to write things down so that I remembered to talk about them. And what I wrote is funny. So, Ariana, buyout, don't get it at all. What is the secret? Why does she have to, why she stayed in that house? Take your fucking animals and run. Like, why? Why are you delaying the attorney getting back to Tom? If he really wants to buy you out of that house, do it, be done, go. I want to know more about that situation.
Well,
Next note. Why is Sheena so awful? Next note. Billy Lee, period.
ugh.
What is that? Like, really, what is going on there? Clearly, is she in love with Tom Sandoval? Is that what it is? I
I
really think that's
think
what it
so.
is.
I think so. Yes. Like
And
It's
Is she
creepy.
so desperate to be on the show that she'll do whatever she can to get a clip or get on a scene? I don't know. It's reading desperate. That was what I thought when I was watching it. I don't get it, and I think she's obviously in love with Tom. And they for sure hooked up before. That is a definite. I
Um,
will put money on that have happening. Then I put poor Joe. What's the real story here? Is she really this psycho that Katie's talking about? Or does
Have you
Katie
seen
just,
her on your television screen?
yeah. Well, obviously she's psycho, but I feel kind of bad for her.
Oh my God, Hannah, you're disappointing me so bad right now.
Her
Sloppy
edit,
Joe? You feel bad for Sloppy Joe? Have some more Sloppy Joe. No, thank you. No, thank you.
her edit is terrible. They make her
No,
look
she is,
such
dude.
a bum.
She's so embarrassing to watch, dude. Like, literally, the only thing I have to say about her is that she used to walk her pet turtle on a leash. And she said the turtle fell down a sewage grate. Honey, Joe, she didn't fall. Your turtle did not fall. He was escaping. He was escaping away from you. You are scary to me. Like, very scary. She's just like,
Oh, they
hello,
went so low.
hey, oh yeah, Schwartz, I'm not a tall gray. Like, stop. Just
I
stop.
can't.
And the
Do you
girl's
not feel
bullying her, dude.
slightly bad
No,
for her?
no. She was an accomplice in the whole cheating shit last year, moved in with Katie's ex-husband weeks after they even moved out from one another. And then she comes to this gathering and expects to be welcomed with open arms, dude. And then you're gonna sit on the couch in the corner and plug your ears and la 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 la. Like stop. Whoever feels bad for you, I feel bad for them. So Hannah, please, you're scaring me.
I just feel a little bad for her. That pool party or wherever they were, hotel, whatever,
Hotel Ziggy.
Hotel Ziggy. Uh, I just felt a little bad for her. And then she she was like, she's closer.
Take
What
your
did she
head
say?
off.
I
Oh,
just felt bad for her in that situation. I
I
don't
mean, don't
know.
put yourself in that situation. Like, you knew what you were walking into and you knew what you've done in your past, especially to this group. Like, no, no, no. Did you hear when Allie was telling the other girls, like, oh, I was reading her birth charts and she's like, I got this vibe or this energy between you and Schwartz. And she's like, are you in love with him? And Allie said that she responded, yes. She's in love with Schwartz. And then she's like, I love my dad. It's like, what? Like, and I
Oh,
believe
bless
that. I
her
believe that was
heart.
like a genuine answer. Hannah,
Bless
I can't
her
stand to
heart.
have her on my screen. Honestly, she's too cringe, man. Too cringe.
Yeah, she is. She's cringy. It's annoying. The way they make fun of her is fucking hilarious. The interviews where every single one of the girls has done some kind of impression of her is awesome. But I felt kind of bad for her in that situation. It was very Mean Girls, and no one wants to be the girl that, okay, maybe made a bad decision, but she kind of liked the guy, and you're walking at a party with all of these people that are standing there talking about you in front of your face. That's gotta hurt,
I get that part,
regardless.
but like, don't go to social events where the whole group's gonna be there. Like, I'm sorry. If Kristen Doty calls you crazy, you're fucking crazy. I'm sorry. I She needs
Truth.
to go.
I
Sorry.
agree. I don't know why she's on our screens. She's always a hot mess on camera too. And it's like, do you think you could make a little effort? You're on national television.
She's like, "I can't believe Katie, like, referred to me as, like, having crackhead energy." Like, "Really? You can't believe that? Is that the first time someone's told you that?"
Yeah. She definitely gives off crackhead.
Yeah. Yeah. Ugh.
Well,
Stop
next
talking
note,
about her.
Katie is such a mean girl and needs to get rid of this RBF. Like, she'd be so much prettier if she smiled and didn't have a frown on her face all the time. Katie is bitter Betty, and I don't know. I think she's up to no good with this whole Max situation, and she got busted, and now she's gonna look like she is just as much of a liar as other people have been named in this show. And I feel like there's going to be a lot of drama leading up to this reunion. And I heard the reunion is out of control. I saw Lala and Watch What Happens Live, and I was like, oh God, this is going to be good television watching. But she has to stop being so bitter.
Huh.
Maybe maybe I'm just getting annoyed by these people now. I don't know, like get over yourself. You
Yeah.
need to, I don't know. I feel like she is coming across a way to me that is not making me like her. And I don't think she would really care about that. I just feel like I want to see the softer side of Katie because I know it's there. And I just feel like that harsh haircut and the way she dresses
It's
and
her haircut that bothers you so much.
it's so bad. And I get it. She can pull it off. There isn't or aren't a lot of people that can, but it is 100% the hair, I think, that's making this 100 times worse. And I don't know,
I don't know.
something
I feel like how
about
you
her.
feel about Katie is how I'm feeling about Lala right now. Like I cannot stand Lala right now. I'm
I was
so annoyed with
starting
her.
Yes, I was starting to see a side of Lala that I was beginning to appreciate. And okay, like she's been hurt, she's learned from that. She's now trying to right some wrongs and be this holier than thou person
Yeah.
that, because she's sober, knows how to make these decisions with a clear head and clarity. I'm all for that. Like, be who you want to be, do what you want to do, and live your life that way if that makes you happy. When I watch the scenes with her and Sandoval, I feel completely differently. Like, what the fuck, bitch? Why are you even hanging out with these guys? What are you trying to do? What are you trying to prove? You do not need to have a friendship with Tom Sandoval. He was awful to you, like
Hmm.
awful. I don't understand why this, but I feel like we're going to find out more. And obviously, her and Ariana are going to come to a head, I think, and shit's going to hit the fan. But I don't get where she's coming from with that, Jess. I don't understand why she wants to be his
I
friend, why she wants to be cool with all the guys. Are you trying to be a girl's girl? Because we know you've never been a girl's girl. And
right.
to be so upset about what Randall did to you, you were that other woman at one point, Lala. Like you were that. So I get it. You're upset. You were hurt, but you knew he was going to do it again. He did it with you.
Yeah.
So
No, I think Lala trying to build a friendship with Tom is, like, so annoying to me as well. Like, he didn't give a fuck about Lala, like, pre-Scandoval, and he continues to use Lala's name as a dig anytime anyone tries to bring up to Sandoval that he's a narcissist. So why all of a sudden does Lala wanna build something meaningful with Tom when this is, like, the time that he's desperately trying to, like, weasel his way back? Like, why don't you give that same, like, energy to Ariana? Like, she's dragging Ariana through all of her confessionals, on the after shows, on all the shit, like, it annoys me so much, like, Lala so desperately wants the attention and everything, all the opportunities that Ariana's been given because of her breakup, but, like, Lala tries to keep comparing the 2. It's like Lala was even mad that Ariana said that she doesn't feel safe around Tom, and she's just like Lala was like, "I didn't feel safe, like, I moved out of Randall's house in the middle of the night," and it's like, Lala, first, that was Randall's house, not yours. Um, and you can feel unsafe around somebody for different reasons. Like, obviously, Lala didn't feel safe because I feel like Randall was probably like threatening and, he is a more powerful person. Like, I get that. And obviously, having a kid, you don't want a kid in that situation. That I understand. But like, Ariana can also feel unsafe around Tom as well because, like, in the sense of like emotionally and mentally, like, this man betrayed Ariana and her vision of their life together. He fucked with her mind, and when it comes to trust, communication, loyalty, like, she doesn't feel emotionally or mentally safe having this man have any access to her life, like, through mutual friends. So, like, in that sense, like, safe can have different meanings to different people, and I feel like Lala is just trying to undermine every point that Ariana is trying to make, and it's, like, really bothering me how she just can't, like, Lala's so accepting of everyone else. Like, why can't she be accepting of Ariana and her reasons? Like, I just
And
don't
he
understand.
never used to be like that. So I get it. You're trying to be a better person and live your life happy and not with this resentment and anger towards people. But that doesn't mean you're going to get everyone else around you to do that. And if your girlfriend has feelings about you being friends with this person because she cannot understand or fathom why you would want to be, I feel like if that was you, I'd be like, what? No,
Yeah,
it's me or him. And I feel like Ariana's fair for laying that out there with the group of friends.
I
And
agree.
if I was Ariana in the situation when Tom approached at that party, I would have done
Yeah,
exactly the same thing. Like
that
the
was
the
so
complete blank is, that's the biggest piss off factor ever, I think. So
yeah,
he's just looking for a reaction and a
yeah,
rise. And
yeah,
I'm 100% with Ariana on this. I get what Lala's trying to do, but it feels off and it feels like she's picking a side at this point
yeah,
to me,
100%.
but then trying to still have the best of both worlds and still have her friendship with the girls too, which I can't see that lasting much longer.
Yeah,
Um, and is it going to end up being a Sheena and Lala versus Katie and
that's what this whole season has
Ariana?
been so far.
Right? Is that going to continue?
I mean, I hope not. Like, Sheena and Lala went so hard in supporting Ariana when this first happened, and now all of a sudden they're like, "Oh, we're not getting any more brand deals. We are not making any more profits. So let's just jump ship to the other side because that's what production is hoping that we do for this stupid fucking redemption arc." But like, I have a serious bone to pick with Andy Cohen because they just filmed their reunion like a week ago, and he was praising Lala, saying that she's the voice of reason this season. And he's also thinks this is the best season Brock has ever had. Like, why are you supporting the two people that are like going the hardest on Ariana and Katie? I know you're not, you're not all about Katie, but like they're the ones hating on them the most. And like Andy, like, I love Andy, but, like, the fact that he is putting Lala on this pedestal and making her head bigger than it already is, like, please stop, dude. I can't stand Lala's, like, going off in the press and podcasts and Amazon Lives about, like, she just needs to shut the fuck up for a couple months. Just let us digest all of this and shut up. Like, I'm
Yeah,
done hearing from you about shit.
she's trying to paint a picture here that makes her look like the good guy, and she is the voice of reason. And Andy's loving it because it creates good television, and you've got us fans going, "Whoa, WTF?"
Yeah. I mean, I get that. Like, he can I don't know. I think I'm just ready for this show to be done. Like, it makes me so angry every single week that I watch it, and honestly, such disgust every time Sandoval's on the screen. I
I
can't
know
stand it. He
it
is
gets worse
so
and worse.
disgusting, dude.
Yeah.
Like, comparing himself to, like, Scott Peterson.
Oh my God, that
But
was so cringe,
I did wanna
Jay.
say last week when Sandoval was crying in his closet about Raquel, he was keeping pictures of Raquel in, like, a Ziploc bag, and I'm sorry, but that is giving, like, serial killer vibes with, like, mementos from his victims. Like, it creeped me the fuck out.
Yeah. He's
He's
just a weird
scary.
dude. And what was all that breathing treatment nonsense?
It's just
He like
it
takes the mask off. He's like, "You have a friend here," and he
he's
acts
like,
all like,
"What?" Mhm. Like, "Oh, hey, Lala. Just working on my breathing meditation." Like, how about you go to a psychotherapist because that's what you really fucking need, you fucking creep. Like,
"Yeah, he's crazy.
mm,
He literally is crazy." And he still wants to be relevant too. He
yeah, he
wants.
does. He
I
really
think
does.
he secretly likes all of this and being able to play this part that he's playing right now of the wounded soldier.
Oh, he
Uh,
loves it. I said this in, I think, the last video or something, but he talks like his lips are numb, and I just can't stand it. He's like, "So, oh my God, Raquel, but like I should start putting myself out there because like, I'm not that young anymore." Like I'm literally gonna throw up. If he does that stupid Michael Jackson dance move one more time, I'm gonna lose it. He did it on his bowling date with that T girl. I'm
Yep.
like, please stop. Please
It's his
stop.
favorite.
And his cheers to the girls in the pool last week. Cheers to being positive and testing negative. Like, stop.
Stop.
Please, please go away forever. Oh my
Yeah.
God.
No, it's hard to watch. And I'm sure Ariana is like, man, I cannot believe that I
I don't think
was
any of us
with
can
this
believe,
person.
like, oh my God, she dodged a bullet. Like, that was blind love. That really was. And I think that's what makes it so sad is because like Ariana almost wasted her entire life with this buffoon. Oh my God, I can't.
Yeah.
He
He
makes
is
me physically
that's
ill now. I just can't watch any scene with him without like wanting to punch him in the face or like throw up everywhere.
yeah,
It's
he's
one
a
or the
train
other.
wreck. Yep, definitely is hard to watch on television. And I don't know where this like goes for him. No one wants to be your friend anymore. You literally have Tom Schwartz as your only ally.
Yeah.
Maybe Lala. James is kind of,
No, dude, I if it wasn't for the show, I think they all would have been done with him. I'm sorry.
yeah.
They're only doing this for the show in hopes of keeping it going another season, which God, I hope it does not anymore, but I don't know, we have the Valley now. We're we're good on Vanderpump.
We're grown-ups. We get the valley now. It'll be sad if it's all over. And then I think that that's the case, but then something happens or a storyline kind of develops, and I'm like, no, maybe we're gonna keep getting to watch this.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, if it's on another season, I'm gonna watch, but I'm gonna complain about it the whole time, which I guess is just normal. So,
Ariana is spot on, but in my opinion, she should have been out of that house with her dog and whatever other animals they have. Don't they have a cat too?
yeah,
Uh,
I
and
understand her reasoning, but I think it did take way too long.
yes, she just needs to get out of there.
Yeah,
Uh,
which she
my
did.
last my last note is so sick of hearing about this fucking sandwich shop. I cannot.
Oh, I
No,
didn't like how they compared it to Shorts and Sandy's, though. I didn't like that comment.
no, but why are we still talking about trying sandwiches? Didn't we do this last year? What is going on with this sandwich place? And no one cares. No one cares about your sandwich shop. Open it, and then maybe we'll care and it'll be relevant. And maybe those of us trying to get to LA will try and visit it and take pictures in front of it and blah, blah, blah. But it's still not open. Why are we talking about it? I'm
Yeah.
annoyed about the sandwich shop. Done with
Yeah,
it.
it was weird, their little tasting party, but whatever. I'd go for a couple free sandwiches. Have as many tasting parties as you want. I'll keep coming without having to pay for it.
And then James. Oh, James. Just the one liners. They
Yeah,
never get old.
yes, I feel like he would be able to hold his own show if he got something like that. Or
He's
maybe
so
something.
cocky. I love it.
I know he is. But I like him and Allie. I like Allie a lot. I like her a lot. I think she's
Ellie
really
seems
nice,
so
but
normal.
she's pretty spot on with her observations.
Yeah, she seems normal.
Yeah. Yes. Which is refreshing, I
Maybe,
guess, for this show.
maybe not normal is the right word, but definitely more normal than
Yeah.
the others who, after years of doing this, I just think are affected by it. And now this is all done for the cameras. And there's stuff we see on camera, and then there's stuff we don't see on camera. And it's on this podcast and that podcast and TikTok and whatever else. You're seeing and hearing so much more than we're actually seeing on the show. So I feel like it's whatever the producers want us to see in the way they want us to see it sometimes.
Yeah.
There's just so much that we probably don't know.
Yeah. But do we really want to know more? We know a lot and it's already generating so many emotions. Like I have more emotions about the show than I do in my real life. Like oh,
We've been there for it all. That's why.
yeah, that's true. We're invested.
Totally. We'll see what happens, how many more episodes we got.
I think there's like 6 more episodes or something.
Six more, and then a reunion, probably
Mhm.
two.
I'm kind of annoyed that they shot the reunion like so early, I felt. Because it's like obviously there's like weeks more worth of stuff that like I would think you would want the audience to like have opinions about so the right questions can be asked at the reunion. I am kind of annoyed it already happened. I'm like, supposedly the best part of the season hasn't even happened, and like you don't even want to hear the public's opinions about it
Right.
for the reunion. But Whatever. I act like I'm gonna be asking the questions. Oh,
Feel like you should. You'd be good at that.
yeah, I don't know.
You're,
I'd be too
maybe
scared.
you should send a few in. How do you send a question in?
Yeah, we should definitely do that. Gotta figure out how. That'll be our homework
Our
for
homework
our
on how to
next.
submit a question for the Watch What Happens Live after the reunion.
Yes. Yeah,
Doesn't he say it at the beginning of every episode? How to
I think so. I think
He
it's just
does.
something you have to, like, text or is it, like, on Twitter? Like, do or X, I guess? I've never
Probably.
been
You
on it,
probably do it
so
on all of them and you'd uh you'd get it to someone.
mm.
All right. Well,
Alright.
we'll wrap up our conversation with a little summer house
Yeah,
chatter. Sad. I feel bad for Carl.
I do too. But, like, I don't know. I didn't think it was gonna happen 2 weeks in a row, but I did know that Lindsay was going like, she's gonna self-sabotage herself. Like, everyone leading up to the season was like, "Just watch the season. You'll see." It's like, we saw it right away. Like, she's not blindsided. She's just a narcissistic, unaccountable POS in my opinion. Like, how dare you? How dare you?
Yeah, it's rough to watch, don't you think? You just like are seeing this person that is just fucking up left and right and just not being someone that anyone would want to be with, in my opinion.
No, and Carl is, like, so forgiving, and he's so, like, overly understanding, and, like, he just lets her off the hook every time, and I get it, he's just, like, trying to keep the peace, but, like, dude, like, even Jesse, who just met them, like, 2 weeks ago was like, "Dude, Carl, like, do you really wanna do this the rest of your life? Like, are you sure this is the right person?" Like, Lindsay's already kind of a bitch normally, but, like, when she drinks, she's like a mean drunk. And she's, like, has no problem drinking to excess, especially around Carl. Like, I would feel differently if, like, Lindsay had any kind of remorse for any of it, but, like, she has not once even apologized. She hasn't even apologized. She just gaslights the fuck out of Carl, and I can't ah,
Yeah, it's bad to watch. She We've always known she is not a nice person and she's nasty and vindictive and likes to make everyone feel like they're wrong in every situation or argument she's been in and she won't back down. So I think she's just hurt and what do they say?
hurt
Hurt people.
people. Yeah.
And I think it's pretty clear that their relationship was on the rocks and it probably was before filming picked up and again, there's so much we're probably not seeing on camera. We don't know what kind of conversations they're having off camera. I feel like things were obviously bad. They start filming and Lindsay is hurt. So she's gonna do whatever she can to hurt him the most, and that is attack his sobriety.
But that's
And
so, like just normally that's fucked up, but, like, his brother died from that, and to
yeah,
use that consciously to hurt somebody is, like, demonic to me, honestly. Like, that's, like, the sickest thing someone could do. Like,
yeah,
the most
just zero
vile and
compassion.
sinister, like, what is wrong with you? Like, especially for somebody who, like, gives Lindsay more grace than anybody, like, at all. He ends up apologizing, like, I just wanna shake Carl and be like, "Stop
Stop.
apologizing to her. Stop."
Yeah, yeah, I agree. I feel like he obviously sees the light though and sees reason and we know what happens and they break up and it's her story versus his story and I think even her friends on the show which she doesn't have many I mean what Gabby
I mean,
Danielle
Gabby
I
was trying to
think
be a good friend, and Lindsay was a bitch to her too. Like, "I'm not talking about this whole wedding topic again." It's like, "Dude, getting married in 4 months, that should be a concern to you."
yeah agreed I don't know what's going to happen next we are going to see more arguments I think and then obviously we know that cameras were there when they break up so and then she goes on her woe is me tour on social media after. So
Mhm.
I'm excited for that reunion too. That is going to be fire.
Yeah, I'm excited for it too, and I do like how Carl said that he wasn't, like, nervous about it. He was just like, "Look, this is probably the least nervous I've ever been going into reunion," because he's just like, "Look, I'm he was just so, like, nice about everything too, like, he's still not gonna drag Lindsay at all. He's like, "Our breakup was 50-50, like, my 50% my fault," like, he's just not saying a bad word about her even after, like, everyone sees what she's done to him. So I do Carl has been a douche in the past, but, like, I really do think that he's, like, grown into a better person. And, I mean, I
Yes,
do
and
want
I think
Lindsay to
we've
be
seen
happy,
that.
but, like, I
Yeah,
do think that she, like, needs some serious self-reflection and self-awareness to be happy with anybody, like,
yeah.
anyone. She scares me.
She is a little scary, but there's probably some trauma there that's
Yeah, I think she's
rearing its
talked about it in
ugly
the past that
head.
her mom abandoned her or whatever, but, like, you're not breaking the cycle, you're making people abandon me. I don't know.
I mean, there can't be a person out there watching this show that is not like, Lindsay, what are you doing?
Yeah,
It's not just like this guy had a problem and decided to get clean. His brother died of a drug overdose, right?
yeah.
You,
It's
you know,
just icky. I don't know.
yeah, I just want to slap her,
Yeah,
honestly.
I don't know how Carl didn't, to be honest. I don't know.
And
What
Paige just seems so disinterested by it all, but is loving every second of it.
I don't understand why Lindsay, like, decided to throw Danielle under the bus now that they've mended things. Like, why didn't Lindsay tell Paige at the reunion when Paige was going after her and Carl for leaking that story that it was Danielle? Like, I don't get why she wouldn't say it then, but now she's gonna say it now that, like, her and Danielle are, like, rekindling her friendship.
Friendship,
It
yeah.
doesn't make sense to me. I was like, "Why would you do that, Lindsay?" But, I don't understand Lindsay's mind at all, so I guess I'll never know that answer.
Yeah, that was also interesting to see. Because yeah, you're supposed to be trying to fix things with Danielle. Don't throw her like that, I guess. But Paige seems so unaffected by it all.
As he
I'm
should, dude. Don't give any
she's
energy to Lindsay because she just drains people. She just, like, loves to get reactions, so if you don't give her a reaction, like, I think that'll bother her more than anything.
Well, and I love me some Paige, I really do, but she is also just, I'm better than everybody, and I've got a boyfriend from the South, and it's serious, and I don't know. What do you think about that whole scene with Craig and Kyle, and Craig saying essentially, I don't know if it's going to work out with her. I don't know. That
I
is that
think
some foreshadowing?
I don't know if it's foreshadowing. I think, like, Craig's just, like, trying to protect his heart. As, like, stupid as that sounds, like, I think he's like Paige has trained him over the last year or so being like, "Look, like, we're not taking the next step yet, but I wanna be with you." But like Craig said, he's like, "Well, at some point, I am gonna, like, lose my patience with this." So, like, I just hope where'd you go?
Oh, sorry. Well, I actually went to Instagram because I wanted to see if Craig had made it to the next round of March Madness.
Oh, what do you mean if he made it?
Well, he was in the Elite Eight, so I wanted to see who the Final Four was.
What are you talking about?
Do you not follow who is it? Two judgy girls on Instagram? Oh, he is.
Mm.
He's in the Final Four. Craig
Yes.
versus Frankie Catania Jr. And then West Wilson versus Brett from Southern Charm is the Final Four.
Wait, for, like, hotness?
Yes.
Craig. Craig all
Instead of
day.
instead of March Madness, it's March Madness. They do this every year. You've
Oh, I
never seen
didn't
this before.
know.
They have a field of 64 that they start with, like
Well,
the
they
tournament.
narrowed it down to the right one. Craig. I love Craig. I love Craig so much.
Craig is my lawyer.
But I don't know. I think, yeah, I think he's just kind of hoping for the best, but preparing for the worst type of thing. But I really hope I hope Paige lets him propose soon because just because you get engaged doesn't mean you have to immediately figure everything else out. Just like put his little heart and his mind at ease, you know? My
Paige and
sweet.
Craig forever.
Oh man.
Do you remember season one, Craig?
Yeah.
Let's just
Listen, he's had growth, okay? I appreciate a growth story, and he's
yeah.
grown for sure.
I'm enjoying the West and Sierra connection. I don't
I
think it's
love
really gonna
Wes.
go anywhere, but
I don't know.
I really enjoy West.
What do you think about Jesse?
Mm, the jury is still out.
Yeah.
I like him, but I didn't like how forward he was being with Paige. That was a little annoying.
I
And I
think
got a little grossed out when he was like, "You can drink a whole beer from my chest cavity." And I
yeah,
was
like
like,
you've got to stop leading with
that's
that, dude. He's told like four different girls that, like, stop. No one wants to
that's
drink out of
not
your
a
like
turn
concave
on.
chest. It's giving like giant belly button. Like, when people suck shots out of people's belly buttons.
Oh,
It's giving
gross.
that every time they do that. I'm like, can you please stop?
So I feel like ever since he talked about his concave chest, I can't fully commit. He's not really my type, so I don't know if he's necessarily that hot. Like he's good looking, but I wouldn't be like, ooh, dang.
I think he's one of those that like grows on you because the first episode I was like, he's just a fuck boy. Like this is gonna be annoying. But like
Yeah.
each episode I'm like, okay, like what you're doing and what you're saying is like besides the chest stuff, I was like, it's kind of making you like a little hotter to me. Like him picking up on the whole Carl and Lindsay thing like right away and being like, yo, bro, like first he
Yes.
checked on Carl and then he was just like, look, are you okay? Like, does she always do this? But like I think there's more to him than what meets the eye at first. I think they're blowing up the
Even if it
whole
is a concave chest.
Yeah.
Yeah, he seems nice. I like him. I'm enjoying him. I'm enjoying West. I'm enjoying the little Sierra West fling. I'm not always her biggest fan, but she's growing on me this season
Yeah,
again.
she's like way more outgoing this season, and I think it's way more likable, you know?
Yes.
She's always just kind of
Yes.
like been in the background, been kind of quiet. Like I think the whole Austin of it all like fucked a lot of her image up. Like you looked like a fool going after him for how many seasons? And now like flourish, girl. Like you're super hot, you're smart, like you're
Yes.
way better than Austin Kroll. I'm so sorry. Ew.
Yes. Way better. And I do feel like that tarnished her reputation a little bit at the time. But
Yeah.
I like this little romance we're seeing blossom. And Wes seems like a true gentleman and truly funny and real and genuine.
Yeah.
And I'm enjoying him being on this show. He's a nice little breath of fresh air who
Yeah.
seems like he brings a little chill to the house.
Yeah, like funny, chill. Like this was probably one of the best casting decisions they've made in a long time across Bravo. I'd say not just on Summer
Yeah.
House, but like across Bravo.
I mean, clearly the ladies of Bravo are loving him if he's made it to the final four in the March Madness tournament this
Yeah.
year.
I mean, personality.
Personality wins every time, but I think he's cute. I do think he's kind
I
of
think
cute.
he's cute too. I think he's
Yeah.
cute.
Well then.
It was so funny. If you remember the first episode of Summer House this season, Wes was saying that his mom was a gyno and he like knows how many grades of like vaginal tears there are during like delivery. And he
Yes,
like
I
knew
remember
his
that.
own vaginal tears. I was like, oh my God, I love this guy. He's so funny.
Yeah, he's awesome. I'm really enjoying him being on the cast. It's kind of given it a little flourish this season
Yeah.
because I've told you already, I'm tired of seeing Kyle get drunk on television and he just gets blotto.
Hmm.
He definitely, him and Amanda are making me nervous too.
I enjoy it because I'm kind of like not the only married couple that goes through phases like that where, sometimes you just can't stand the
Well, sometimes when Bob and I are watching this show, we look at each other and we're like, does this sound like us? Which is so embarrassing, but sometimes some of the things they're saying to each other, I'm like, this is real life. It really is
Yeah.
real life. And
But
I'm
it's
rooting
funny
for
how like
them
them analyzing Carl and Lindsay like brings them closer together.
closer.
Because I
Yeah,
think
it's
like
cute.
seeing other couples have like worse problems than you and your current relationship like makes you bond. You're like, oh, at least we're not that bad, you know?
Yeah,
So I think that part has been good for their relationship, but I
yeah,
don't
for
know.
sure. Well, lots more to come this season. We're building up to this breakup, and then the reunion is going to be so good. I think we're going to get a lot more clarity on things, and
Yeah.
I think Andy does a nice job in those reunions of like pulling out what needs to be said. I
Yeah.
just hope it doesn't end up being a screaming match on both reunions, VPR and Summer House.
Yeah. I mean, Andy did say VPR was relatively calm. so he appreciated that, so
Good, because I had a hard time watching the Miamis. I was like, I can't do
oh, I
this
couldn't
anymore.
I literally, like, started looking at my phone because I was just like, "This is, like, too much screaming for me." Like,
Yeah.
screaming and boobs. I swear, like, all of the Miami housewives have giant knockers, and I cannot, like, stop looking at them, like, during that show. Like, I might have to stop watching it because 'cause I'm just like I just stare at their boobs the whole time, I'm like, "How are they that big?"
They do all have the biggest boobs and usually wear outfits that they're just like up and
Like,
perky.
on display, like, on little pedestals. I
Yeah,
mean, I'm
that's the
not mad
Miami
about
way.
it, but, like, geez, like, sometimes I'll listen to what you're saying, but not all the time.
That is the Miami way, I think. All right, my friend.
This was fun. Alright, bye, everybody. Thanks for joining us.